Cowboy Carter. Beyonce.
Because today, we are going deep into the world of Beyoncé.
Yeah.
We've got a whole bunch of sources here
Yeah, we've got a lot to unpack today.
about her upcoming European tour.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy real estate move.
That's right.
And even some family stuff that's been making headlines.
Yeah, it's really interesting how all these kind of separate things give us a peek into
Yeah.
how Beyoncé lives her life, you know?
Yeah, like how does she do it all?
Yeah, with the fame and the family and everything else.
Well, let's jump right in and start with this European tour.
Okay.
Our sources say she's kicking off the Cowboy Carter tour this summer,
Wow.
hitting all the big cities like London and Paris.
Nice.
And get this, she's got a 4-show run in London
Oh.
starting June 5th.
That's a lot of shows.
It is.
You know, that actually really fits with what she said about being a mom.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how she did the Renaissance tour back in 2023?
Yeah,
She brought her kids along and talked about how important that was for her.
I do remember that, yeah. And that makes me think, you know who we might see on stage again?
Ooh.
Blue Ivy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she was amazing dancing during Renaissance.
She was incredible.
What do you think? Could she join her mom again in Europe?
Oh, for sure. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to think about how she handles that, you know,
Right.
being a child star
Yeah.
and the pressure that comes with that,
Absolutely.
especially with Beyoncé as her mom.
Right, like how does she guide her through all that?
Exactly.
Okay, let's switch gears for a second and talk about this insane real estate deal.
Oh, yeah.
So Beyoncé is leaving her $200 million Bel Air mansion.
What?
I know, right?
$200 million.
$200 million for this house to go on tour.
Can you even imagine?
Like, what does that even look like?
Well, it's actually the most expensive home anyone's ever bought in California.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just picture it, 30,000 square feet of pure luxury,
Oh my God.
art galleries, ocean views, everything you could ever want.
That is wild.
And here's the crazy part.
Why?
It was originally listed for even more.
No.
$296 million.
So she got a deal. A bargain at $200 million.
Only Beyoncé.
Wow, only Beyoncé. Okay, but on a more serious note,
Sure.
we also have sources talking about Beyoncé's mom, Tina Knowles,
Oh, yeah?
and the terrible fire that destroyed her home in Los Angeles.
Right. That was awful.
It was a real tragedy.
Yeah, Tina called her house her sanctuary.
Ah,
A place of peace and happiness, you know?
makes you wonder where she'll go now.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I was thinking maybe she could stay at Beyoncé's place
Oh, yeah.
with all that space
That's a good point.
while she figures things out.
Yeah, families really step up for each other during hard times like that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And speaking of family, there's something else we need to talk about.
What's that?
The allegations against Jay-Z.
Oh, right.
There's a lawsuit claiming he was involved in an assault at an MTV Awards after party
Wow.
back in 2000 with Diddy.
Seriously?
Yeah, and it's a really serious accusation.
Yeah, it
And
is.
it supposedly involves a minor.
That's really heavy stuff.
It is, and it's important to remember that Jay-Z has denied any wrongdoing,
Right.
and the case is still going on.
Of course.
But it definitely adds another layer to this whole story.
It does. We're seeing the crazy wealth and success,
Right.
but also the personal struggles and legal problems.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it reminds you that even with all the fame and fortune, life can still throw some curveballs.
Yeah, for sure. So far, we've got this European tour,
Right.
a $200 million house,
Crazy.
a family dealing with loss,
Yeah,
and a serious legal situation.
a lot going on.
Where do we even go from here?
Well, what really gets me is how all of this shows us the different sides of Beyoncé's life.
Right.
Like, on one hand, she's this global superstar, total icon, a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely.
But on the other hand,
Yeah.
she's a mom, a daughter, a wife,
Right.
facing real-life challenges just like everyone else.
It's a lot to balance.
It really is.
It makes you wonder how she handles it all.
Yeah, how does she do it?
Yeah,
It really is a lot for one person.
right. And it makes you think, you know,
Yeah.
even someone like Beyoncé, with all the money and success,
Right.
she still has to deal with real life stuff,
Totally, she's not immune to it.
just like everyone else.
It kind of humanizes her, you know?
That's for sure.
Like, it's easy to get caught up in all the glam and the fame,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, she's just a person dealing with life's ups and downs.
Yeah. And speaking of glam and fame,
Well, yeah.
we can't forget that Beyoncé and Jay-Z are like
Yeah.
worth a combined $3.3 billion.
Oh my gosh.
They're not just a power couple,
No,
they're business moguls.
that's for sure.
I mean, every move they make is
Yeah.
analyzed, scrutinized.
Yeah, under a microscope.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's kind of wild how they still manage to keep some things private,
Right.
especially when it comes to their kids.
It really is. It's like they're so good at
Yeah.
controlling their story.
Right, and protecting what matters most to them.
Yeah. You know, it makes me think about this European tour.
Yeah,
We talk about her bringing her kids along.
right.
But can you imagine moving a whole family,
Oh my gosh.
like young kids,
yeah,
across continents for months?
I can't even imagine the logistics of that.
Right. It must take so much
Yeah.
dedication and planning
So much planning.
to make that work with,
Yeah.
her crazy career and family life.
It's a balancing act for sure.
Totally. It's something I think a lot of people struggle with,
Absolutely.
just on a much smaller scale.
right, exactly.
Like we see celebrities and it all seems
Yeah.
so seamless.
Like it just happens.
Yeah. But behind the scenes,
Oh, yeah.
there's a whole team
An army of people.
making it all happen.
Yeah, you're right.
It reminds you that we all need a good support system.
You do.
Family, friends, colleagues
Yeah, people.
to help us.
To help us reach our goals.
Absolutely. And we might not have.
Personal assistants and nannies like Beyoncé.
True.
But we can still learn from her. Like,
Ah.
she seems to really value her family, her faith, her art.
Yeah.
And those values, they seem to be what guide her
That's a good point.
through all the ups and downs.
Yeah. And going back to Tina Knowles,
Oh,
her
yeah.
house burning down.
It's just heartbreaking.
It is. It's really sad, but it does show you
Yeah.
the power of family.
Absolutely. Like how they rally around each other.
Yeah. And how important it is to have
Yeah.
a safe place, a haven.
Right. A place where you feel supported.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
gets you think, like, how
Yeah.
do we create those spaces for ourselves
Mhm.
and for our loved ones?
That's a really good question.
Especially with all the chaos of life.
Yeah, for sure. That's something I think we all
Right.
deal with in different ways.
We do. But maybe by looking at how someone like Beyoncé does it,
Right.
we can pick up a few things
Yeah.
and apply it to our own lives.
Yeah. That's a really good point. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
what are some key takeaways for our listeners?
Well, I think we've gotten a much better understanding of how complex Beyoncé's life really is.
Right.
She's not just a singer.
No.
She's a businesswoman,
Mm-hmm.
a dedicated mom,
Right.
a loving daughter.
And a wife.
Yeah, a wife going through a lot.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. And
Yeah.
even with all that, she's still so successful.
Right. It's like she's defying the odds somehow.
Totally.
It really shows you her work ethic, her resilience, and
Yeah.
how she can separate different parts of her life.
Right. Compartmentalize.
Yeah, exactly. Think about it.
It's a lot.
She's got this huge career, being a mom,
Yeah.
family stuff, a big legal battle.
It's a lot to handle, even just thinking about it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's easy to forget that celebrities are real people,
All right. They have feelings too.
with real lives and real problems.
Exactly. We see the photo shoots and the concerts.
They've got all the glam.
But we don't see what's really going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's what makes this deep dive so interesting.
I think so too.
Putting all these pieces together
Yeah.
to see the whole picture.
To get a better sense of who she really is.
Right, not just the performer.
Yeah, the person behind the persona.
Exactly. So what do you think is the most revealing part of all this?
Honestly, it's got to be the house.
The $200 million house.
Yeah. I mean, we know celebrities have money,
Right.
but to buy a $200 million home, even with a discount,
Yeah, that's wild.
it's just mind-blowing, that level of wealth.
It really is.
It's hard to even grasp.
It makes you think, how does that change your view on things?
For sure.
Does it make you more careful? Or maybe more willing to take risks?
That's a great question. I mean,
Right.
we can only guess.
Yeah.
But I think it's safe to say that much money
Yeah.
comes with its own set of challenges and opportunities.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of Beyoncé,
Yeah.
what's the one thing you want to leave our listeners with?
I think it's the importance of balance.
Balance.
Yeah, Beyoncé's life shows us that you can have this amazing success and still put family first,
Right.
still grow as a person and deal with the tough stuff.
Yeah, life's curveballs.
Exactly.
That's a great point. It's a good reminder that we can all
Yeah.
find our own balance.
Absolutely.
Even if our lives are nothing like Beyoncé's.
Exactly.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
It is fun.
We'll catch you next time.